So now we got a couple of different phases that we do this, but it all starts with sled work. So we have sled work where we start here what we call a fit position. So I'm already engaged. And when we talk about block destruction, defeating a blocker at the University of Houston, we only teach two things. We teach a button press and we teach what we call a pop-off. Those are the only two things we teach. Those are the only two things we teach. And so right now, I'm in a fit position on the sled and we are working a button press. Again, now this is a voice reaction drill. So what I'm looking for is great bend in my ankle, my knee, and my hips, flat back, eyes up. My hands are gripping the sled, and that simulates the hand placement I would have on an offensive guy trying to block me. I want my hands in, I want my hands inside. I want a strong grip right there on the outside of that pec, on the inside of that armpit. I want a strong grip. And then all I'm looking for is I'll tell them inside peek or outside peek. So right now I'm in a fit position. The first command is hit. When I say hit, if I tell them inside peek, hit, boom, my eyes should go to the inside. That's simulating that this is the gap I'm responsible for. I always tell guys this: if I can't clearly see your hat inside your gap, then you're reached. If I'm even or behind, I'm reached. I want to see my hat clearly inside. So I'll say hit. They're going to press it off their body, hands inside. And the next coaching point is this. I always tell guys when I'm in a button press situation, I always tell them, you can't play with bent nails. So if I'm engaged with a blocker and my arm looks like this, that's what we call a bent nail. I haven't maximized my length to create separation from the blocker and myself. So what we say is, I always want to straight nail the guy. Lock that elbow and straight nail him. Now I can create maximum separation, and then from there we finish everything with a snatch. Boom, hands strong, violent, down and away from my body. So here's inside peek, button press, finishing with a snatch outside. That's it right there. Feet are constantly moving. Everything's on my command. And the commands are hit, escape, hit, escape. All I'm looking for is hit, escape. Now we take the same thing, same drill. We're still working button press. We're still working inside peek. But now we're not in a fit position. Now I back them up and I'm actually taking on the block. I'm taking on the blocker. That's the only difference. So I start them in a fit position so you have a great understanding of hand placement. So you have a great understanding of leverage. So you have a great understanding of where you need to be, what the finished product is if I'm engaged already. Well, now let's back them up. And now my entry angle is engaging the person trying to block me, right? But it's the same concept, same drill. I always give them a foot to lead with. So I may tell them, okay, we're going outside foot lead, inside peek. Or we're going inside foot lead, outside peek. So right now, this is outside foot lead. So he should be stepping with his right. He should be stepping with his left with an inside peek on the blocker. Here's a great example of it right here. That's the drill right there. That's the exact same drill you just saw on the sled when I backed them up. Now, same concept. And again, I always start in a fit position first. Then I back them up. But now here's the same concept, except now we're going outside peek. So I'm telling you your gap is on the outside. Now we back them up. Same concept. When you back them up, it's important that you make sure you tell them what foot are you leading with. Are you leading with the outside foot or are you leading with the inside foot? Here's the drill. So right there, boom. There is button press, pop, with an outside peek. That's it right there. That's it right there. And again, there's a reason why we only teach and coach a couple of things, because I want them to get great at a couple of things. I don't want them to be a jack of all trades, master of none. I want to be masters at something. I want to be masters at something. And we always try to incorporate some why we teach it this way. It's important. It's important. I learned this a long time ago from a mentor of mine. Your players will do whatever you coach them to do. Whatever seed you plant in them, that seed is going to grow as long as you put some water on it, right? Well, what helps expedite the growth, what helps things make sense to them, is when you teach them this is what we're doing and here's why we do it this way. Because knowing that this is my technique and knowing this is my technique and this is why coach teaches me this technique, just it's like a light bulb. And now their mind is just like a sponge and they can just continue to take in more and more and more. It's no different with coaching. It's no different with coaching. When you've been doing something for a long time and then you go find something new, and the thing that you found that is new, you really, really like it. And the reason you really, really like it is because you figured out or somebody has told you the why behind it. Well, it's no different in your teaching of drill work. So here's why we teach it the way we do. Number 24 is now going to be in a position, he should be outside peak. That's his gap right there. But remember what I told you. If you're even or you're behind, you're reached. Well, right now he's even. Right now he's even. And so look where the ball is getting ready to get outside of him if we don't have a great play by number 45. So right now, that's not the drill. He should be peaking here. He should be peaking here, but he's even. So he's not in position. He's not in position to make the play that he would have needed to make if the ball had popped.